everybody, I'm back and you're back. So obviously I didn't do too bad in my first video. So I thought I would make another video about how I became a mermaid. Because you're probably wondering why I came up with that. Mermaid, desert. Yeah. So I like to call myself a mermaid because that was one of the ways I kind of found myself over this last year. As I mentioned in my first video, that my life has been very different since I got injured 4 years ago. As I said in my first video, I live with chronic pain from a slip and fall. And I am homebound from it and disabled, and I walk with this, my mermaid cape. Not why I call myself a mermaid, but it helps with the title, I guess. So yeah, how I became a mermaid. Well, about a year ago, I was in a slump. I had just came off of, I had a personal injury trial. And I'll do another video about that, and I'll even tell you about who that is and everything. 'Cause I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement. You'll learn about that in my later videos. It's gonna be pretty juicy, so stay tuned. But anyways, so yeah, I was in a slump after that because I didn't win the case. It ended really bad and nasty, and I was depressed and sad. I found out my insurance didn't want to cover my they didn't want to cover the radio frequency ablations that I needed in the SI joints. I was seeing a pain management and up at UCI, which they were wonderful, and I was going through the cortisone injections, because when you have sacroiliitis, one of the ways they diagnose it is with a cortisone injection with a very, very big needle. So I had those done and they worked. So after that, you go on to have a radio frequency. So like your shots, they lasted me maybe 2 weeks to a month. Your radio frequency will last you 6 months to like a year. Yeah. Jackpot, right? That sounded great, but I found out that my insurance didn't want to pay for it. My insurance at the time was Anthem Blue Cross of California. So you know, if you have sacroiliitis and you're on that insurance, they won't approve anything and they rather keep you on meds. I'll make a video about that. That's great for everybody to know. But back to, so I found out that they weren't going to cover that. And of course that's depressing, because basically it's like, we don't care, you're going to be trapped in your pain prison forever. Here's some pills. And I'm sick of being on the pills because they're making me sick. By that time, I had been hospitalized with pancreatitis. I've been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, gastritis, all due to an NSAID med that I was given for my chronic pain when I first got hurt. It was like, here is your meloxicam, or it's Mobic is the brand name, meloxicam, so you know. And it just tore my insides up. It just gutted me. So yeah, by 3 years by that time, I was pretty sad. So my mom's cousin, I call her my cousin, she's my second cousin, Missy, as I shouted out in the first video, Missy, I'm on YouTube again. She thought that was pretty hilarious. She likes to go to the beach a lot. She's addicted to the beach. Okay, it's not a real addiction, but you would think so if you met her. So anyways, and she goes, I'll come down and pick you up and take you to the beach. I love the beach. Maybe you'll get some joy out of it too. And I'm like, well, that's 2-hour drive. Okay, I'll do it. Anything to get out of the house. So I dope myself up. and got in the car with Missy and rode down to the OC. And so we go down to Laguna Beach, which is gorgeous. And it, you know, the cove where she takes me, the water doesn't come in rough. There's a break, so it comes in really smooth, almost like a lake at times. And the water's warmer. So I was able to get in the water. And the first time I got in the water, it was like, it was a miracle for me. It was the first time since I had gotten hurt that I was pain-free. I never got that with any drugs that the doctors gave me. But somehow the combination of the salt water and the floating, it lifts me. It takes the pressure out of my joints. I have stabbing pain down my legs all day, especially my right. And that was gone. I felt weightless. I didn't feel like I was tethered to the ground like I had been. I didn't have to walk with the cane. So it was life-changing, and it did a lot for me. And you know, I'm like, wow, you know, if only I could be a mermaid, I'd be pain-free. And so that's why I took on, you know, the whole desert mermaid. Desert I added in because I don't live out by the beach. Someday I will, hopefully. I'm working towards it. Sort of, but I'll get there someday. I live out in the Palm Springs area, or Coachella, yeah, I live out there. Yeah, so it's a desert, and it's freaking hot out here, so that's why I call myself the Desert Mermaid. You know, if I could only move to the beach and live in the water with the dolphins, I would be pain-free, and I wouldn't need drugs. I wouldn't need the doctor's drugs, the doctor's drugs that has basically destroyed my insides and probably caused permanent damage, since I'm still having problems a couple of years after being off this med. I was on that med, and they took me off it, the meloxicam, as I said, and after I came off of it, I was fine for a while, and then I got sick again. Yeah. But I'll make a video about that. And those doctors, too. There's a really, really good story associated with one of those. But, so, that's how I became a mermaid. You know, I like to try and journey out there every couple weeks so I can get the pain relief, and it's my joy, and it's something that I want to share with everybody. And that's another thing too, I almost forgot, my Etsy store, it'll link it down below. You can go look at my stuff and tell me what you think. I look for C-class and stuff out there, and I like to make jewelry, or like I make like hemp, or jewelry, you know, inspired. I got some right here. I make things like this. Ooh. Those are little like shell curlies, but I make sea treasures, I call them, because that's what they are to me, because they come from such a special place, and a place that's close to my heart. So now you know how I got my hippie name, Desert Mermaid. And yeah, so let me know what you think about my video, if you understood it, because you know, like I said, I get brain fog and I babble, and I'm not used to filming on a video yet. It's still kind of weird, and I'm hoping I'll help loosen up eventually so I can be me 100%, 120% me, you know, full laid back Keisha. So, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe if you like my videos, if you want to see more. And yeah, I'll probably be filming some more about my doctors and my personal injury that I told you about from the slip and fall. That's a really good story. That's a horror story, really, but I'll tell it. Maybe close to Halloween. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So I hope you guys are all doing great. Sending you peace and love, and I'll see you later.